My brothers and sisters, hello. Welcome back to Soul Talk. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're coming here to receive sage wisdom channeled through into this now. For whatever it is that you were looking to receive, may you find it here. May you find yourself here. My topic today is more of a question. What is it that you are struggling with the most lately? What have you been struggling with the most lately? Is it the mind? Is it the darker thoughts that plague you? The mental turmoil that you have faced for maybe longer than you can really remember? When healing and facing deep wounds, perhaps from childhood and further on in your life, looking at those wounds that have been covered up for some time, perhaps anger, fear, doubt that has been suppressed, it can bring up a lot. In Chinese medicine, when we seek to move stagnation, this means that you're kicking up the dirt. And what will you find underneath? Maybe that things are a bit darker than you remember them. Maybe that you feel you have no control over. That in order to feel control, you put it away in a filing cabinet, in a box, threw a blanket over it, did whatever you could to make sure that it didn't seem like it really existed. The truth of the matter is that we can only hide from those wounds for so long. And there are certain things that will trigger them. Sometimes it's realizing that you're stuck at a job that doesn't truly serve your highest good. Sometimes it means going to a place that you've always felt called to visit. Maybe you didn't feel as joyful as you thought you would once you got there. Maybe you thought that you would find yourself, and what you felt more of was lost. Or maybe it was meeting another beautiful being who you felt such immense desire to connect. And in that connection, maybe that brought up a lot of these deep-seated issues. Whatever it may be that you're going through, there is a way through. The way out is through. This mental turmoil that so many of us face, well, a lot of it comes from feelings of unworthiness, feelings of not being worthy of love, feelings of not being valuable, because whatever it is that hurt us so badly made us feel like we obviously weren't loved, that we obviously weren't seen, that we obviously weren't valued as we were, so maybe we ought to be the ones to change. This is false. There is nothing that any of us needed to deserve that was less than loving. We didn't do anything to deserve those things. And there is nothing that any of us needed to do to be deserving of love. We are love. At our truest nature, at our childlike state, we are joyful, we are peaceful, we are free. Before the great domestication that happens with us all, we were in our true essence, in our light bodies, in our light beings. And when pain strikes, well, what happens is when we get older, we hold on to that pain and it creates a whole body within itself. And when we're in the pain body, we can't see the truth. We can't see ourselves for the light that we are and the love that we are, that we already have value simply by being, that our whole purpose of being here is just to simply be, to enjoy, to be in the joy. That there is nothing that we ever need to do to be valuable, that we simply are valuable, that we have value simply because we are. And maybe that doesn't make sense to you yet, but it will. And then what might arise is finding out that everything that you've done to try to be outwardly to others has simply been to try to find value for yourself. When you already had it. Your true nature is to love yourself as you are. Your highest self, your highest being, loves you in your purity. The only thing that is undeserving of love is acts that are undeserving. And even then, even the darkness needs love. Now, I don't agree with this age-old thing of I've just gotta accept my dark and accept that I've just got all these problems and things and that, I learn all these lessons from them. But are you truly learning the lessons if you continue to go back to the dark, if you're repeating the same cycles over and over again? Healing is cyclical, most definitely. And as the Kundalini energy, the serpent, the rainbow serpent rises, the cooling and the heating rises and falls and rises and falls. Well, it's cyclical so that we can go down to the basements and we can clear those things. And the more that we can do that, the more we can keep going higher up. But let me tell you something. The way out is in. It is through onwards and upwards. Meaning if you project your fear, your jealousy, your negativity, your anger, your aggression, if you project this outwardly onto another, you're only creating that within your field. You're only increasing the odds of that. You are a master of your own reality. You are a creator of your own reality. So what you put into your field is what you get back. And anything that is less than loving that comes your way, because you two have been there, you can acknowledge that this person is coming from a pain body, that this person is coming from the ego, that this person is coming from a placement of projecting their negativity and their darkness outwardly out of fear, out of anger, out of frustration, out of jealousy. But who they are, their true essence, is who you are, your true essence as well. In the Inca tradition, there is a word called Inti Kana. That means child of light. I, Soleil, am Inti Kana, a child of light, and so are you. So is everyone. Everyone is a child of light. Everyone is child of God. And we've forgotten who we are, where we came from, that we are angels in our own right, that we are angels who are star seeds planted here so that we may be earth volunteers, earth warriors, rainbow warriors, indigo children, crystal fairies, so that we can be light here on earth. We can be the bridge point. The point is not to get rid of the ego, and it's also not to relish in it. The point of merging your ego with your light being is to merge heaven and earth. We are in a lower realm. It's more dense down here, and there certainly is a stronghold of the darkness on this planet with all beings. We've experienced it. It's in our governments. It's in our elected officials. It's in the schools. It's everywhere. But there is light amongst us as well. And the more that we are light, the more we increase our odds of light. The more that we strive to be peaceful, full of peace, heartful, grateful, the more that we see ourselves as full and not in lack, the more that we recognize that we have had the power within us all along. So the truth of the matter is if you are in a placement in your life where you're not where you'd like to be, then I guess you're not everything that you want to be, because that's in a state of illusion. When we are in our light, when we are in our true essence, when we are in the light of love, we have everything that we need. We are everything that we want to be. What is the point in pushing each other away out of fear, out of jealousy? What is the point? There's no point. We fight for peace. Does that make any sense? We fight for love. We ought to all be more like that girl. The girl who puts the flower inside the rifle that she's staring down. That is a way to be peace. That is a way to be love. And I'm not saying to just lie down and take everything, all the shit that's handed to you. But be an alchemist. Turn the shit into gold. This is a power you can cultivate. We can select our thoughts. We can select our emotions. We can. We've been taught that we don't have a choice. That this world is just crazy and we've just got to deal with it. Or that we have to bury our heads in the sand so we don't notice. There is a fear around being conscious. Because if you're conscious, that means that you are awake to the problems of this world. And that can feel really scary. But if you remember that you are a child of light and a child of God, you remember that you are protected. You remember that your love and your heart is your shield that protects you from negativity, because you see, you don't have to become it. To fight the darkness does not mean to be consumed by it. To be a shadow hunter means you as well have acknowledged where your shadow is and where it's coming from, and you can merge with it. You can. So you can recognize all the faults of the ego, and you can merge with it, but being more of light. You see, that is to say, I know how I could be this angry, frustrated creature, and I know that I may be right in doing that. But what's the point in being right? What's the point in waging war? Nobody wins in war. Everybody loses. And if you win at the hands of somebody else losing, then you're not a winner, are you? True harmony. To be in true harmony with oneself is to say, I've had a past. I have had a story. I had a childhood. It maybe wasn't all that I wished it would be. But where am I at now? Do I have food on the table? I have shelter above my head? Do I have clothes to keep me warm? And more than anything, my mind can be a place of ease. My mind can be my best friend, and maybe it hasn't always been before, but I don't need to escape it anymore. I don't need to use alcohol, I don't need to use drugs, I don't need to use sex. I don't need to escape it anymore. I have everything I need. I am worthy of love, because I am love. I am valuable. I have value, simply because I am. There's nothing I ever needed to do to be deserving of love. Everyone deserves love. Everyone deserves acceptance. We're always afraid if we look into the truth. It's in our own demons, if we face our own demons, that it'll be too scary. If we were to look at things and we'd be full of regret. The truth of the matter is that to look at them is to liberate yourself, because you can see all the ways in which you've gotten in the way of your own happiness before, but that you don't have to anymore. That because you did it, you know how to undo it. You have everything within you that you need. It is to just be. To throw down your gauntlets. Throw down your swords. Send forgiveness to each and every person who has ever hurt you. And ask forgiveness, whether just aloud to the universe or to them fully. You ask forgiveness for everyone that you ever hurt, and you allow yourself to forgive and to feel forgiven. And you liberate yourself. You allow yourself to be reborn anew, because it is always, that's another part of our human nature, is to evolve. That is always our human nature, is to evolve. We adapt to survive, but also we adapt to thrive. So, what are the lessons we can learn? We can throw down everything from the past because it doesn't exist anymore. And we can throw down all of our fears of the future because it doesn't exist yet either. Because all we really have is this moment here and now, and each morning, each day, we have the opportunity to decide how we want to show up. And we can say to ourselves, I want to show up in peace and in love and in joy today. I want to be more like Christ consciousness. I want to be more like Christ and be loving. I want to be more like Buddha and be peaceful. I want to be more like Krishna and I want to be joyful. We take the lessons of those that have come before us, and we take the lessons of what we've experienced from the trials and the tribulations and the pain and the turmoil, and we take all of those things and we gather that the most important thing is to be free. To be free in love. That's our human revolution. No more being a rebel without a cause. We are the cause. And happiness is the reason. It's the fall equinox. 'Tis the season. The leaves are changing. Shedding old layers. Let us do so before winter comes, and we go into hibernation again. Let us take all of this love and the fruition into that space, so that when we go into our caves, we're not really hiding out. We're preparing for the next step. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day and night. I see you. I celebrate you, and I love you.